guys, and welcome to a new video of mine. I'm back with another reading challenge, which would be reading 3 hours every day for a week, just because I want to do a reading challenge again. Plus I am so behind on my reading goal. I'm not sure if my reading goal of I think 60 books is possible because I'm behind, but I definitely want to try. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Let's go. Okay guys, it's day 1 of today's challenge. I'm about to start the timer, and the first book that I want to pick up today is Allegiant. This is the third and final book in the Divergent trilogy, and I read the last 2 books, so Divergent and Insurgent, in I think it was in my last video. And yeah, I'm so excited. Like, this is the last book. There are a couple of novellas, but I don't think that I'm going to read them in this video. But you know, after this book, like, the story ends and I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I'm just so excited about what is going to happen. I don't know. Okay guys, it's been an hour and I just spent it sitting on my bed reading as much as possible, and I got to page 68, which is chapter 10. And I can't give you like a lot of thoughts yet, except that I think it's going to be like very different compared to the other books in the series. I don't know how the story is going to evolve, but that's everything I can say so far. And I'm going to stop reading Allegiant for now because I do have to do quite a lot of stuff today. I'm going to make lunch in like a second, and then also I do have to tidy up my room and stuff, and whilst doing so I want to listen to an audiobook, and I think I want to listen to The Apprentice to the Villain. That's the second book in the Assistant to the Villain duology. I don't know if it like has a proper name or not, and I really liked it. The Assistant to the Villain is like a cozy romantasy, and I listened to it last summer and I surprisingly liked it a lot. Yeah, the characters were like so cute, so lovable, and I think I'm going to enjoy this book as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up and listen to it. I don't know if I'm going to read like any more today, but we'll see. Okay guys, I just finished my 3 hours of reading for today. I did read another chapter in Allegiant, and for the rest I just listened to my audiobook. I'm never sure what I'm supposed to film whilst listening to my audiobook, because you know, I'm just doing my everyday chores. I'm like listening to the audiobook passively, but I do like it a lot. I do really like it a lot, and I think I want to finish it in like the next couple of days, because it's like really good. I'm like enjoying it way too much. I don't know. Yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, we're going to do exactly the same thing tomorrow. Hopefully we film a bit more. Okay, rise and shine. It's the second day of the challenge and I'm reading a book that I have to read for school, and I also listened a bit to my audiobook, so Apprentice to the Villain. Okay, big time jump. It's 6 o'clock at night, and yeah, it's really hard for me to film throughout the day, especially today. It was my longest day in school. I just had PE, that's why I'm looking like that. But anyways, I was able to listen to my audiobook and I actually finished that one. It was Apprentice to the Villain, and I really liked it. The thing is, when I read the first book in the series, The Assistant to the Villain, I thought it was a standalone. It really gave me standalone vibes. The plot was not that complicated, so I thought standalone. And then I read the end and oh, plot twist, there's actually a second book. And then I thought, okay, it's a duology. And now I read this one and I thought, okay, that's the last book in the series. But no, another plot twist. So there's going to be a third book, maybe even more. I have no idea. I didn't expect that. It doesn't feel like this way, but I really enjoyed the book, so I don't mind. I really like the characters. And I actually gave it 4.5 stars because it was just a cozy romantasy and I really wanted to listen to. It was not that complex, but the characters were lovable. They really have grown on me, and also the romance, I like it. Like I've said that before, but I really seem to enjoy slow burns, and I know like the romance is progressing like real slow, but I'm eating it up, so I don't mind. And I definitely want to read or listen to the next book whenever it's going to come out. Maybe it's already out, but I don't think so. And yeah, that's what I did. I also read a bit in my book that I have to read for school. I didn't really film about it and I don't want to talk about it really, but I'm counting it as reading as I did read. And I read one chapter of Allegiant. Yeah, but I still have 1 hour left in the timer, so I have mainly listened for 2 hours today. Or I think like 1.5 hours I listened to the audiobook, and then maybe the other half an hour I read the chapter in Allegiant and my other book. And I don't know when I'm going to read it. Like an hour is like really short, so I'm going to do it. But I don't know how much I can film because I really want to take a shower, wash my hair, do like the whole hair care routine, you know, oils and stuff. So I don't know, I'm gonna look a bit weird. Let's see. But yeah, just so that you know, I have 1 hour left and I'm going to read it in my book Allegiant. Okay guys, it's day 3 and today I want to focus on Allegiant. I in fact want to finish it today. I think I have a bit more than 200 pages left, which is definitely doable within 3 hours. I'm kind of excited to finish the book series, but also kind of sad because for the last, I think, 1.5 months, I spend my time with like the characters of the Divergent world within the trilogy. I did read other books, but they were like kind of just in between or like as an audiobook, you know? The Divergent books, like Divergent, Insurgent, and now Allegiant, were like my main books, my main focus, and I really like this series. I mean, I do have to admit that I completely was obsessed with Divergent, and then I thought Insurgent was less, and I didn't like it as much, and now I don't really like Allegiant. I mean, to be fair, I can't really explain what is happening, but a lot has changed in these books. Like the scenery completely changed, the world completely changed, and it doesn't really feel like what we have started with. You know, it's like completely different from Divergent. And I'm not sure if I'm liking it. I'm not liking it as much, but I'm not sure what I'm about to give, like what kind of a rating this will be in the end. But I guess we'll see in this video. Quick thoughts. I'm in the middle of editing my last video, which I filmed I think yesterday, and you know how painful it is to edit myself because I can't talk for the life of me, especially not in the front of the camera, and make so many grammar mistakes. I mispronounce so many things. It's embarrassing. Plus I filmed that in like one shot, right? So talked 20 minutes straight. And literally after each book I'm holding up, right, it's like a TBR tour, I'm sighing so loud and I have to cut each book and it will look so horrible. I don't know if you watched my last video. It's so painful. It's so painful to do. Okay, quick check-in. I'm on page 342 and I'm about to switch to my audiobook because I doing my nails. I'm on a journey of learning how to do my nails myself, and this is going to be my second set, and I really want to train a bit before I do my final Christmas set, so I'm just going to put the audiobook of Allegiant on and take care of my nails. Okay guys, I quickly finished my nails because my book is about to end and I really want to read it. I'm on chapter 51 and I'm afraid. I don't know, I'm ready for what is about to come and I can just feel that I'm about to cry. So let's finish Allegiant. Last 3 pages. Okay, I finished Allegiant like 2 seconds ago and I'm kind of a mess. I cried. Yeah, I'm going to gather my thoughts and come back to you in like a couple of minutes to give you my final review, and I'll also talk about the ending and why it was so heart-wrenching. Okay guys, I have dried my tears and I'm ready to give you my review on Allegiant. Well, the end of the book was such an emotional roller coaster. I mean, the trilogy ended, right? So that was like crazy. And then also this, I have never read an ending like this. Like in here, something happened that never happens. I don't like, if you know, you know. I can't tell you anything. I'm just saying, be prepared in this series that you lose a lot of people that you love. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's short because it's like a dystopian book series, but in here that was like extraordinary how much happened, how much sadness happens in one book, or like in a whole trilogy. But for this book in particular, it was only a 3.5 stars for me, which is kind of sad considering that Divergent was a clear 5-star for me. The reason why this was lower was definitely because of the pacing. The pacing was so weird. I mean, kind of a lot was happening at the same time, but on this, like at the same time, it was kind of boring and I wasn't quite interested. And then also the plot was weird and I didn't quite understand it, and the whole universe didn't make a lot of sense. And also how they resolved a lot of problems didn't really make sense, if you know what I mean. I even considered only giving this book 3 stars, but the ending and like the ending being so emotional definitely changed that for me for the better. And I can really tell you anything. Plus, a lot of new characters were introduced, and I can't tell you why, but we kind of did not see some of the characters that we have seen in the other 2 books, and because of different reasons not in this book, and it was just weird. I can tell you anything, but it was still emotional. I don't want to give it like pretend like this book was super horrible, because it wasn't. It was very emotional, but it was definitely my least favorite out of the 3, but it was special as it was the last. Let's say it like that, okay? I still would recommend everyone the Divergent series. I really loved it, and actually I would love to see somebody get wrecked like I was. And actually I always knew parts of the ending because I spoiled it myself years ago. Okay, sorry, my lights just ran out of batteries. Anyways, I was talking about that I accidentally spoiled myself years ago when I was watching like the movies, and I wanted to see how the series ends, and I got a major spoiler. And I tried, whilst reading the other 2 books, or like also the 3rd book of course, I always try to ignore it and like say, okay, no, maybe it's not that way, maybe I forgot, and I really had to force myself not to look it up. I had the urge to look it up the whole time. I think one of the reasons why I was dreading to read this book and why I decided to read like books in between and then listen to my other audiobook that much was because I was really dreading the ending, and I was hoping so much that this spoiler that I saw that wasn't true. You know what I mean? But it was. So here's the tip: don't look anything up. Don't look characters up. You know these fandom, I think it's called wiki fandom stuff? This has spoiled me so often, so often. Okay, I always see who ends up with whom, is suddenly they're zombies, whatever. So just don't look anyone up before you haven't finished like the series, or before you plan on reading or still watching something. Don't look it up. Don't ruin books for you. But anyway, so this was a 3.5. I do actually have 15 minutes left on today's timer, but I don't think I want to read anything today, and I'm probably just going to put it on tomorrow's timer. And yeah, that was it for today. Okay, it's day 4, I think, and we are picking a new book for today, and I think I will choose A Court of Frost and Starlight. For one, it's just over 200 pages, so I can probably read it today in its entirety, which would be great. Plus, this is the only Christmas themed book I own. I know it's winter solstice in here, but that's basically Christmas, right? They still buy each other presents and it's winter and stuff, so that's cool. Yeah, for everyone who doesn't know, that's the novella of the ACOTAR series. It's the 4th book, right after A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I don't think I have to tell what it's about. Okay, I just spent the last hour wrapping up some gifts, and whilst doing that, I listened to the audiobook of A Court of Frost and Starlight, and I'm on page 56, and I have 2 hours more to go. I do have to pick up my speed a bit. I think if I actually read it, I will be a bit faster, because otherwise I won't finish this book in the 3-hour time span. But yeah. Okay guys, it's the next day, and yesterday was kind of a flop. I mean, it wasn't like a flop per se, but I didn't finish my reading goal, as I only read for an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, and I'm on page 86, so still have an hour and 40 minutes left from yesterday, and I thought I'd just read it today, and tomorrow I'm going to start a new timer. So it's actually, instead of 5 days, I'm going to read for 6 days and split the time up in between the days. Yeah, because yesterday I was super busy, and today I'm also pretty busy. I'm going to Christmas market later with my parents, and yeah, I'm just gonna read whilst having my days and time in between. Okay guys, update time. I've just been sitting on my bed and like reading for like the past time, and I think I have around 40 minutes left on today's timer, and will be able to finish A Court of Frost and Starlight in this time period. Just some quick thoughts. First of all, I really like that we see different kinds of POVs in this book, and they changed them quite a lot. The main characters are like still Fear and the other ones, but it's cool to see like other perspectives, even from people that you like don't like, but you kind of get them after reading their like perspective. One thing that I have to say that is kind of like bothering me, that I would like to point out, that it's a lot of smut in here, right? It's like, I don't mind smut in general in books. Sometimes I think they can even like add to the plot, but in this book there's so much smut, and especially because it's like a novella and it's so short, it's just, you really see it, and it's like basically a quarter of this book, and it's super repetitive, you know what I mean? It's like, I think it's not really adding to the book. It's hard to like explain. I don't know if this is like just me, but it came to a point where I was like even skipping some pages, because it was just the same thing over and over again, and not changing, not any like adding anything. At least for me, I think everyone has to like make their own thing, and I'm not that close-minded, you know? Don't think like, I don't hate smut in general. Don't get me wrong. Most books, or like most romance books, also do have smut, and I never mind, okay guys? It's just I just really felt it, you know? It just really, it came across my mind a lot in this book, that I was like, oh, wow, okay, again. It was, you know what I mean? I just wanted to say that in case that you are like not that smut prone. If you prefer like closed door romances, maybe skip some pages. Like, you can skip basically like a quarter of this book, but yeah, the rest besides that I really like. Okay guys, as promised, I finished A Court of Frost and Starlight yesterday, but I just wasn't in a state of giving you like a good review, so I'm going to do it now. Unexpectedly, this book was a 4 stars for me, which is better than I expected, just to clear things up. The reason why I thought I wouldn't like this book as much is because I thought it was pretty pointless, because, you know, it's a novella. So I thought that the storyline in here cannot change anything in the main storyline, so the story is going to be pretty pointless and kind of, I don't know, vague. But no, actually the storyline, it wasn't like something huge, something whatever, but I would still recommend everyone to read this book just to get like the connection of it better. And also another thing that I didn't like, which I also already explained, so I'm not gonna talk about it again, or like the whole spice thing scene. So I thought about giving this book 3.5 in the middle like of the book, but then at the end I realized I'm actually sad that the book ends, because I thought it was really wholesome, and this was like the first time where it took my time to like get to know the characters better, also like the extras, you know, to really think about their storylines again, because in the other books, I know they're like super thick, but still, the whole time you're reading the other books, you have the whole war and drama in the back of your mind, and you can't really, or I at least couldn't take my time to like talk or think about the small storylines they explained in the middle of it of all the characters. But in here I was reading their POVs and there was not a lot going on, so I had the time to think about it, and I don't know, I think I kind of connected with the characters more. And I think my favorite character is Cassian. Don't spoil or anything if he's dumb or stuff, because I haven't read the last book that is out, but I think I like Cassian the most. I don't know, I'm not sure, but that was just like a cute little side thought. But yeah, so this was 4 stars and I'm happy that I read it. Okay guys, it's the final day of this challenge, and today I want to focus on some small books, like really short books, novellas, for 1, to catch up with my reading goal, and 2, I don't want to start like a big book right before Christmas just because the holidays are like in the way, and I don't know. Yeah, so the first book I want to read today is 101 Facts About Formula One, Charles Leclerc edition. I recently got into Formula One, and Charles Leclerc is my favorite driver. It's such a short book, plus there are like so many like pictures and the font is like huge. So yeah. Okay guys, update time. Actually I already read for 2 hours. I only picked up my book 101 Facts About Formula One for like a second, and I read a couple of pages, and then I switched to my audiobook because I had to like clean up my room. I thought I like started short book. I just googled short book and I picked up the first that I thought, sorry, that's my cat. I just picked up the first that I thought sounded interesting, and I picked up My Sister the Serial Killer, and wow, it was addicting and had like several like timelines, and it was so interesting to like listen to. It took me like 2 hours to completely listen to the whole book. I think I read it on 2.65 speed. So yeah, and the book, like guys, 4 stars. This book was so good, and oh my god, that was like the most complex, complicated, toxic sister relationship I ever read. And it's like, I don't know, I think you could read so much into the book, and especially because there are a few things that the author just hinted at. And I don't know, like short summary, like synopsis of the book. Basically, her sister is killing all of her partners, like men that she's currently dating, but her sister claims it's just, you know, self-defense, and the main character kind of believes it or not, and it's kind of her big sister, right? So she's like really protective and she helps her sister all the time, but at the same time you're never sure if the sister is intentionally killing them, like just because she's like a psycho and she likes it, or if she's actually, or if it's like actual self-defense basically. And it's so interesting. And then there are a couple other characters that are not important, and like I pity the main character so much, really. Like I wanted the main character to just like escape from this crazy, I don't know, like, hard to explain, like this crazy family, her crazy relationship with her sister. But yeah, I don't know. I still have like an hour, and I think it's actually an hour and 10 minutes left today. So I think I'm actually going to finish the book that I said I was going to finish, and then we pick another one. Okay guys, I just spent the last, I think like 50 minutes reading 101 Facts About Formula One. I'm not going to rate it. It's not a book that you can like really give a rating. It was just a lot of numbers, a lot of facts, but I still liked it because it taught me more about Formula One and a bit about Charles Leclerc, you know, like stuff that I didn't know. Yeah, I still have 20 minutes left on today's timer, but I think I'm going to use this time to continue read in a book that I have to read for school, but I won't show it in this video. So that means that this concludes today's video. I read a lot of books, I think more books than I usually read in a challenge. But yeah, anyways, I hope you liked it. I'm not going to go through each book because honestly I already forgot like the rating in each book that I read. But yeah, I hope you liked it, and Merry Christmas. In case that I'm not going to upload another video, also Happy New Year, and I hope you like and follow me.